Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. It's time for a little Star Trek, the original series. It's that day of the week. Can't wait, friends. Today we're watching Season 2, Episode 11, Friday's Child. The last two have been exceptionally good. Metamorphosis and Journey to Babel were two of my very favorites. And not to yuck anybody's yum, Season 2's been a bit of a mixed bag, but I've enjoyed each and every one of the episodes. Always learned something, always have a smile on my face, always feel great when I get to go aboard the NCC 1701 with all of you. So friends, thank you so much for being here. If you could do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications, and you'll be alerted next time we go live with the original series or any of our sci-fi fare. And of course, if there's anything that we do that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to the Patreon is in the description. Not a fan of Patreon? No problem. Stick with us here on YouTube memberships. You'll get everything about a day early, plus any bonus episodes we come up with. But friends, all that's then. This is now. And now it's the day of the week where we travel back to Star Trek, the original series, specifically Season 2, Episode 11, Friday's Child. Prepare to engage maximum warp reaction. And away we go. Look at that beauty.
Quite large. 7 feet tall is not unusual. They're extremely fast and strong. Lieutenant?
What?
Make no mistake, they can be highly dangerous.
This is filmed differently.
At any distance, up to 100 yards, they can make it almost as effective against a man as a phaser. In addition to this, an assortment of swords and knives.
Whoa.
Now in standard orbit, sir. I've pinpointed their encampment below.
Very good. Have the transporter room stand by.
Thank God you're here, Sulu. We got Chekhov.
We found them totally uninterested in medical aid or hospitals. They believe that only the strong should survive.
Oh, very Darwin.
The more people we take down, the greater chance we have of violating one of their taboos.
Agreed. Once they've got it into their heads we're showing force, you can forget them signing any mining treaty.
Mining treaty.
Bear in mind that the Klingons have been sighted in this sector. While we're negotiating down there, we don't want the Enterprise to become an incident up here.
Aye, sir. We'll keep on our toes.
That beauty. Interesting land formations. Big, long peninsula type shit. Oh, one red shirt, you poor bastard. Are we even going to get his name?
You are of the Earth vessel?
I'm Captain Kirk.
We come with open hearts and hands.
Ooh, Klingon.
Grant, no!
Can we save his life? Or is that... My God, he lasted like 10 seconds, guys. This is crazy. Okay, Jim's telling us about the final frontier. Unreal. I mean, the mortality... I know the mortality rate of red shirts is very, very low. Or I should say, I mean, their death rate's very high, but, you know, I want to know what their life expectancy is in actual minutes and seconds. Like, what's the average a red shirt survives on a landing party? It's gotta be minute. I mean, even with like the actual run of the episode, I'm going to place your bets, everybody. Place your bets. I'm going to look this up for Q&A. If the information's out there, I'll find it. I'm going to go with a minute 30, 90 seconds is how long the average red shirt lasts on planet of runtime of the show. 90 seconds of the show. DC Fontana and Joseph Pevney. My man. I'm going to go with 180 seconds. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. I'm going to double it up.
Our mission, obtain a mining agreement. But we have discovered a Klingon agent has preceded us to the planet. Discovery which has cost the life of one of my crewmen.
Just let him drop.
I am unaware of any state of war between our peoples, Captain. Or is it your policy to kill Klingons on sight?
It's awesome. Yeah, you're not at war, man. He should not have pulled his phaser.
I know that the Klingons are our sworn enemies, by their own words.
We understand only that he also offers things of value for our rocks.
Ooh.
And he has freely handed us his weapons and other devices.
He's got a leg up with you with the diplomacy with these people.
Let me call my ship and
Bring
inform them.
down an attack upon their village.
What?
Earthmen fear to bargain honestly.
Will you hand us your weapons?
Sure. We're being set up, but sure. A lot of bold colors on this planet.
If their customs are violated, well, we lied to no one, Doctor. We violated no customs.
You drew a weapon.
Because he was drawing a weapon on another of their guests.
Grant looked up, saw a Klingon, made a purely instinctive defensive move. What's a Klingon doing down here among your scrupulously honest friends anyway?
Why are you attacking Plum?
And if there's a Klingon down here, there might be a Klingon ship up there somewhere.
There's something up with the film from this episode. I don't know if it's the lighting or what, but
Seems to be another ship.
Well, let's put it on the screen.
it's gonna be a Klingon.
You think it's a Klingon ship?
Who else would be playing cat and mouse with a starship?
I like how Chekhov swings over to science whenever Spock's on a landing party or off bridge. It's cool.
Bones.
I'm sorry.
I shouldn't have chewed you out. I'm sorry.
I understand.
Good captain.
Inefficient, however. Emotion, Captain.
Thanks, Spock.
You've shown friendship by handing over our weapons. And she's making a gesture in return.
Got some blue fruit. We got some of this.
Her nearest male relatives will have to try to kill you. They're offering you a chance for combat. They consider it more pleasurable than love.
Ah. Here's Orange.
It would appear, Captain, that he finds you a disappointment.
Get in line, dude. A lot of people underestimate Jim at their own peril.
And this is Eliane, a young wife to give an old man a son.
Oh my God, I know her.
Their customs are different, TR.
And different from those of my people, too, TR. The sight of death frightens them.
Let me take this, Jim. What Ma'ab has said is true. Our customs are different. What the Klingon has said is unimportant.
Oh,
It is I who speak for the tribe, Mob.
I speak for many, TR.
oh.
Earthmen have promised to teach the youth of your tribes many things. What things? Cleverness against enemies? The use of weapons?
The Klingon speaks the truth.
Man, who is she?
Their empire is made up of conquered worlds. They take what they want by arms and force.
Good, good. Let the Klingons and the Earthmen offer us amusement.
The Earthmen have different customs, but never have they lied to our people.
There are those of us who will not bargain with Earthmen, aka.
Listen, gray brows.
Do you say you will fight me, Mob?
Ooh.
Let that be your choice, TR.
Well, you take your shiny hat. Fuck off. How's this? I love the Klingons in the original series. Love them. Kor was one of my favorites.
The ship's disappeared, sir. Gone out of range.
Or, do they have cloaks yet for Klingons? We know we have the Romulans.
So faint I can't make it out.
Put a booster on it, Lieutenant. Try to pull it in.
Distress. They're luring you away.
Sounded like a distress signal from an Earth vessel.
They're luring you away. Come on, Scotty. See through that shit. What the f... Jim, throwing down with something. Take that in the gut. To ear kicking ass. How the hell do you know who's on your side? This guy's gonna stab, what's his name, Tear to ear in the back. Hey, dickhead. Looking for your weapons?
I have no quarrel with you, Captain. I wish merely to return my wrath.
Spock, kill this guy.
Hypervessel. Location.
A small scout ship, Captain.
I love the Klingons.
Release him.
Release him? Fuck no, I won. Okay, we got down here just in time for the revolution. Great.
Aka is dead. I am the TR.
Kill him now.
Wait.
Oh, Tier's a leadership title.
Perhaps to be a TR is to see in new ways.
Perhaps. We'd like to go back to our ship now.
And I saw fear in the Klingon's eye.
Yeah, because I had him dead bang.
We had an agreement.
That too may change, Klingon.
Oh boy, no deals.
That's a freighter.
Reporting they're under attack. They're running.
This is all horse shit.
Try the captain.
Enterprise to Captain Kurt. Come in, Captain.
Good episode so far. Enjoying it.
You carry a child who would be Tyr.
I must die.
I must die. Spock, start pinching. Cool shot, Pevney. Cool fucking shot. It's a handheld, too. Nice one, Joseph.
No man may touch the wife of a Tyr.
Oh, great.
I was proud to obey the laws. Kill him first.
I need a list of the laws, please.
Commanding, we are under heavy attack by Klingon vessels. 2 convoy ships are already damaged. We must have help. Enterprise, acknowledge.
How do you even know that they're there, man? That's what I'm saying. Come on now.
Interception course computed. And laid in, sir.
Prepare to take us out of orbit, Mr. Sulu.
Whoo! Scotty.
Scotty, the captain.
We have a distress call from a Federation ship under attack. That's where our duty lies.
Scotty, you bought it. Hook, line, and stinker.
Captain's log, stardate 3498.
She's still a beauty.
We were forced to leave Capella to come to the aid of a Federation vessel under attack by a Klingon vessel. Our inability to reach the landing party is strange, and I am concerned.
It's a weird scene, especially with that infix of the yeoman coming up.
Captain, I'm gonna fix that woman's arm. They can only kill me once for touching her.
Oh, Plum, you're the best.
Let me see that arm.
You will not touch me.
Take that pillow. Wow, they're going full scene choreography. No cuts there.
I think we can get you safely to the ship. Good point.
To live is always desirable.
Well, then why do you want to die? Oh, this dickhead, he already has his chair out.
Klingon.
Stay by my side, like a pet.
I have a right to my weapons.
We have them well cared for, Klingon.
Oh, he's got his disruptor.
No debris, no residual particles, no traces.
Mr. Sulu, begin a standard search pattern.
Cry, baby, cry.
Should be on our screens by now.
At best, a freighter might travel warp 2.
I'm well aware of a freighter's maximum speed, Mr. Sulu.
Then you know it's not here, Scott. We need to turn around and maximum warp back.
Captain's log, stardate 3499.1.
Ooh, where are we?
Before leaving the Capellan encampment, we managed to retrieve our communicators. Our phasers were not to be found. And we have learned one thing more. The girl, L.E.N., hates the unborn child she is carrying.
Oh, okay.
Scout up the trail that way, see what we have in the way of an exit. I'll take a look around.
I love when they work together. It's so cool.
But I'm a doctor, and it's my tradition to care for the sick and injured. Now let me see that arm.
This might be my favorite Bones episode. He is baller in this one. Every time they have an exterior location shoot like this, they make Bill Shatner run his ass off. Oh, I love exterior shots.
You will not touch me in that manner.
You listen to me, young woman. I'll touch you in any way or manner that my professional judgment indicates.
What the fuck? Jesus, Bones!
You can come anytime now.
How do you know?
Because I'm a doctor, that's how I know.
Do they not have, like, medical professionals?
Even the women of our village cannot tell so much with a touch.
She's impressed by your back slap.
Very soft.
Oh, holy shit. Oh my God. Oh my God. One of my top 3 all-time Spock moments. Oh my God. Nimoy crushes the shit out of this character.
Hold them off and give us more time. They'd have to go around these hills.
There is enough loose rock and shale.
Cause a landslide?
Do you think we could create a sonic disruption with 2 of our communicators?
Only a very slight chance it would work.
Well, if you don't think we can, maybe we shouldn't try.
Captain, I didn't say that exactly.
Captain, bitch, please. You're gonna give me 5 minutes? I got it. Spock hitting it, Nimoy hitting it out of the park. There's like a humor, like a puck drawn humor going on with him in this one. I love it. Great writing by, again, DC Fontana knows this character. Great shit. Great episode so far. Really enjoying it. Well, you just walked into an ambush, dickhead. You military experts here. Y'all hear that? Yeah, let's pay it no mind. We've never heard it on this planet before, but... Back up. Back the fuck up. Sweet! Gee, what a stunt! Wow! That explosion threw debris out, and I'm sure it was probably like, you know, it was a blast pack, and there were some styrofoam elements in there, but damn. Back in the day, they didn't give a shit. Wow, you killed a couple of them, or incapacitated. Oh, they got your phaser. Shit. Oh, he just stabbed that dude while he was down. Are you kidding me? I don't know whether or not I like the outfits or I love them.
I don't have the equipment to handle an emergency.
Well, if you don't think you're going to handle it...
Forget it. I can do it. The last thing I want around is a ham-handed ship's captain.
This is fucking great. That is the second time. Oh, if you don't think you can do it, DC Fontana knows these characters. Great shit. Oh, really great shit. She's knocking it out of the park with this dialogue. God, I love this show. So how many of them are left? 4 counting the Klingon?
No. Only McCoy.
McCoy. Oh, because they have that is so good. Ta'ir, Ma'ab, McCoy. Oh, it's so fucking cool.
Spock, give me a hand.
No. I will allow only your touch.
This is great. The gold star, there's plenty of them left. The gold star for this episode goes to the writing so far for me. Now, the actors are knocking it out of the park with the interpretation of the dialogue, but this is fucking great.
There's nothing, Mr. Scott. All channels and frequencies are clear.
It's a weird reaction shot, too. A lot of weird shots on the Enterprise this episode.
Destroyed. I pick up debris readings of some sort.
Come on, Scotty, they're luring you away, dude.
Mr. Chekhov, pull the microtape on that distress call. I want it replayed.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
We must have help. Enterprise, acknowledge. Please acknowledge.
Did you hear it? They called us by name. Not a general distress signal, but one aimed right at us.
Yeah, dude, that's what I said.
How would a freighter know we were ordered into this sector?
That's what I'm saying. They knew you were there. Maximum warp back, guys.
Or it could be an authentic distress call.
We'll stay long enough to make certain.
No. Come on. Lord Almighty. We need to have some ship protocols here. Yes, there's Starfleet regulation, and then there's what we do on the Enterprise.
You've got one of those magnesite nitron tablets in your kit. Give me one. Just a minute. You got it.
That's a really cool decision to stay in the darkness that long It adds to the mood quite a bit. Really, really cool. I love it. Great episode. Oh, fucking dope.
No, no.
He's gonna have to deliver this baby here, and Spock and Kirk are gonna have to hold these fuckers off. This is fucking crazy.
How'd you arrange to touch her, Bones? Give her a happy pill?
No. Right cross.
Never seen that in a medical book.
Send mine from now on.
It's in mine. Best McCoy episode yet. I might have to stop. I might have to retire Plum and pick up McCoy.
No. McCoy.
Oh.
Say to yourself, the child is mine. The child is mine. It is mine.
Yes. It's yours.
No.
No, 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 no.
McCoy. It's yours.
No.
Oh my God, I thought she died.
Kirk to Enterprise, come in. Kirk to Enterprise, come in.
Oh shit, man. We could have a standoff. This is gonna be so. Oh wow. You guys have been productive.
Fortunately, this bark has suitable tensile cohesion.
You mean it makes a good bowstring?
I believe I said that.
Someone gave Spock 5 minutes. McCoy did it. I'm really enjoying this episode, everybody. If you can't tell, this is a good one. Oh, look at you.
No, Mr. Spock, that isn't the way. You place this arm under here to support its back, and this hand here to support its head.
I would rather not. Thank you.
McCoy. Bring our child.
Our child?
Listen, go with it, Jim.
I'll explain later.
That should prove very interesting.
What a great episode.
Still negative, Mr. Scott.
Get the fuck back there.
Nothing.
We're turning back. Warp 5, Helen.
Warp 5, maximum warp. Damn, Scotty.
On course for Capella 4. Warp 6 as soon as you'll take it, Mr. Sulu.
There we go. There we go.
Mr. Scott, another distress call from the USS Carolina.
Ignore it.
Mr. Scott, the Carolina is registered in the sector.
Nice. There we go.
Scotty, if it should turn out to be real.
Now I'll get court-martialed.
There's an old saying on Earth, Mr. Sulu. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
I know this saying. It was invented in Russia.
Chekhov! Shut the fuck up! I bet you are tired, McCoy. Oh, you're gonna kill him? Oh, I'm disappointed. Cool shot. Kirk and Spock versus this like posse coming to get him. Are you kidding me?
She'll head straight to the Warriors. I'll go with you.
Bones, you took a medical oath long before you signed aboard my ship. That small patient in there needs you.
Yep. Spock and I will handle the army. Come on, man. Oh, I really want to see a standoff.
Estimating the planet?
31 minutes, sir.
This thing will be over in 3.
Sensors picking up a vessel ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Sublight 1/2.
Reversing to sublight. 1/2.
It's an alien, sir.
Ooh.
A Klingon warship. Taking position directly in our path.
Said it was a scout craft, though.
Patience.
Aye, aye, sir.
Red alert. Shields up. Look at that. That's cool as fuck, man.
I have it on the view screen now, sir. Still distant.
Yep.
Drawing a line, daring us to step over it.
I'm assuming it's like international waters. Fuck them.
This is the commander of the USS Enterprise. Identify yourself and your intention.
Get the fuck out of our way.
And we'll go right down their throat if necessary. Let's see if they have the belly for it.
Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Looks like a dozen. Oh my God, great shot in the fore. Something doesn't smell right. This guy taking an arrow to the chest.
The Earthmen make excellent game. Their cleverness has surprised me.
Okay. I thought for sure she'd come around, but...
The Earthmen?
Dead. I killed them as they slept.
Oh, they know you're lying.
No! First, we verify her story.
Is this what your sworn word means, Klingon?
Oh! Everything was good until he took an arrow to the knee. Oh! Oh, I gotta love it. You live by the purple jumpsuit, you die by the purple jumpsuit.
Spock. Spock.
Here, Captain.
Oh.
Over here, Captain.
Genuine concern.
Spock to Enterprise.
Light him up. Oh, he's just...
The Klingon.
One of us must get him.
Revenge, Captain.
A point.
Why not?
Why not?
You and your primitive knives and your weapons. I'll teach you what killing really means.
Klingon! As Tia of the 10 tribes, I give you back your life. Mine is now forfeit.
Oh, he's taking responsibility for the Klingon?
Klingon!
Wow. I don't know why he had to kill himself, but... That's a big son of a bitch in that purple jumpsuit. Let's not go talk to him until we're sure this is all right. Get those pinching fingers ready, Spock. Oh my God. My God, are these red shirts going to survive? They've got T-minus 3 minutes.
Uchi woochi coochie coo. Uchi woochi coochie coo.
The baby is irritated.
An obscure Earth dialect, Mr. Spock. Uchi coochie coochie coo. If you're curious, consult linguistics.
Well, at any rate, this should prove interesting.
He accepted it.
Explaining how the new High Tier is actually Dr. McCoy's child.
What's that again, Mr. Spock?
We don't actually understand it ourselves, Mr. Scott.
Nor does Dr. McCoy.
Fantastic writing. Fantastic writing.
Inform them that Federation mining rights on Capella have been secured by treaty, documents signed by the young High Chief's regent.
The child's regent?
Yes, L.E.N. Remarkable young lady.
The regent, nice.
Leonard James Akar. The child was named Leonard James Akar.
Has a kind of a ring to it, don't you think, James?
Yes, I think it's a name destined to go down in galactic history, Leonard. What do you think, Spock?
I think you're both going to be insufferably pleased with yourselves for at least a month.
Fantastic. Now, someone did die, but I mean, ha-has and he-he's as we leave. Look at that beauty. What an episode. All right, everybody, we just got done watching Star Trek, the original series, Season 2, Episode 11, Friday's Child. And the only thing left to do is talk about it. All right, friends, we just got done watching Star Trek, the original series, Season 2, Episode 11, Friday's Child. Unfortunately, I don't have too much time to be able to do a thoughts section. I'll save a lot. I wanted to save a lot of this for Q&A anyway, because I have a lot of questions that I don't want to kind of get off into the weeds on. I love this episode. Star of the episode, hands down, star of the episode was DC Fontana. This dialogue was on absolute point. This happens. Now, again, you have a writer in DC Fontana, and again, I have to be careful. This is one of the reasons why I need Q&A. You have to be careful when praising the writing or the script on one of these episodes, because then I go to Q&A and I find out somebody else wrote it, or, there are problems with it, or all these things. Regardless, DC Fontana was credited with this script. DC Fontana did a fantastic fucking job with it. This is what you get when you have an incredibly competent writer, accomplished writer, and that not only understand Star Trek. I mean, this is the show Bible. This is the person that was put in charge of basically continuity, as you all have told me, making sure that, Spock is equally represented in all of these separate episodes, that, this doesn't happen because it already happened, making sure the continuity and quality control really is kind of maintained. But with all that being said, this is DC Fontana. DC Fontana has, I'm assuming, been on set for the majority of the shoot of the series of Star Trek, the original series. With that being said, she knows all of these characters inside and out, knows each and every one of these characters inside and out. But whereas another writer, who might not be on set all the time, watched all of season one, maybe seen the dailies of production, knows the inside and outs of the on-screen represented characters, and then approaches it in their writing. They could equal that knowledge, the knowledge that was been presented through the episodes of each character. The difference with DC Fontana is, while all these writers might know Kirk, Spock, and McCoy, DC Fontana knows Bill Shatner, Leonard Nimoy, and DeForest Kelley. And this is what happens. She wrote an episode that gave the strength to each of the characters and gave a play to each of the actors. Basically, especially with Spock, especially with McCoy, giving them new things to try. Like, we had a great reactionary shot from Spock. We had kind of a sarcastic moment from Spock that didn't at all compromise the character of Spock, but gave Leonard Nimoy a crazy amount of play to be able to go in there and have fun with these scenes. And that was evident. I mean, these actors looked like they were having a ball with some of this stuff. Pevney came through, as he always does, with just making sure that everything on screen is captured to the best of that anybody could do. I had some questions about some of the shots that were up in the Enterprise, like almost kind of like spliced shots, like that kind of close frame of Scotty's face that seemed to be like kind of a delayed reactionary shot. The lighting was different. Everything was weird. I'm wondering if it wasn't kind of like brought from another episode and into this one. The other thing I noticed in this one, especially early, like the top third of the episode, had like a really weird kind of like washed out quality to it. And I don't know if that was a product of the film. These are all remastered, at least for, quality and colorization and things like that. And it was curious to me that one seemed washed out. It almost had the same kind of vein or same kind of like appearance or aesthetic, really, as Where No Man Has Gone Before, where you're like, oh, this is older. This is decidedly like kind of an earlier quality of film. It was interesting. It didn't detract from the episode at all for me. It was just a note that I kind of saw whenever I was watching. And some of the action on the weakest part of the episode was the action on the Enterprise, because it borderlined on unbelievable. And that's not me, jumping on DC. I think DC Fontana was flawless in this one. And so, I think that we needed, like, it was like Pevney was showing the Enterprise for the sake of showing the Enterprise. I think you could have gotten away with, we're responding to a distress call, and then keep with the action on planet, then go back and have that exchange where it was like, well, you know what? How did they know that it was, listen to the tape, and then immediately like, nope, go back, maximum warp. We didn't need to have kind of this still no debris, and then we go back in 3 or 4 minutes, still no debris, Captain, or Scotty. So that was the weaker part of the episode for me, but by no means did it take away from my money what was one of my very favorite episodes. You have an exterior location. You've got Spock and Kirk fighting a posse. I mean, it had a Western feel to it. I really enjoyed the shit out of that. I liked the culture that we were having, because what's the planet called? It was Capella 4. Really interesting, kind of a warrior dominated type of thing. You can't touch anybody. It's an attack. If you take offered food, that's, a sign that you're going to fight. I think they had very strong actors, especially with the guy that played the original Tyr. Is it Tyr or Tyr, whatever it would be. I thought that guy was really kind of cool. He had a really neat presence about him. I wish we would have seen him die. I'm not sure if we did, or, maybe I just missed him going down. It was really, really well done, though. And it was just, to me, it was a joy. It was a joy to watch. I love it when we have such a really interesting kind of presentation from the writer and director. And then such a, like, you can tell that the actors are having a great job with this. I think of like the moment where it looked like Spock had been hit by something. And Jim was like, Spock, Spock. And there was genuine concern dripping off of Bill Shatner's delivery. Love it. I mean, Shatner is really good at that. Shatner is really good at when there's an actual concern coming from Kirk. Shatner turns on like he's like keeping it in his back pocket, like the truly emotional quality of some of the things that Kirk would say. Like you get the real Kirk whenever the Enterprise is in trouble. You get the real Kirk whenever Spock's in trouble. Any of his crew is in trouble. You get the real Kirk for a second. And I think we saw that represented earlier in the episode too, when Grant died. It was a Grant, I believe. Yeah. The red shirt Grant died. He turned on McCoy, and ripped him out. And again, I think it's very true to the character because Jim has a tendency to get very temperamental. Obviously, when he loses something, crew member, he always talks about the 400 on the Enterprise. They are his concern. Like he says before, when you're in command, this is what episode was this? Was it Metamorphosis? When you're in command, that's if you lose somebody, that's on you. That's maybe not Metamorphosis. I can't remember, but when you lose, even just recently, when you lose somebody, that's on you. That's the mantle of leadership. That's what being a captain is. And again, we've already kind of refuted a lot of the things that happened in kind of like the mentality of Kirk in Wrath of Khan. But, that really just hatred of losing is represented in the original series, but it's not like losing at a game of, starship combat or losing an encounter or it's losing people. It's losing personnel. That's what really, and it should. I mean, that's a true commander that whenever you lose somebody, she or he feels that. They feel that loss, and that's the thing that they hate the most. Of course it would be. Bill Shatner acts that way. And in this one, it was such a good representation of it. It was so really well done. And just the little things like McCoy, like because they have like the truncated names, that would come through there, that Ma'ab and all that. McCoy was just so well done. That is such a nice little detail to throw in there. She's hearing McCoy, but she says McCoy. Just fucking great. Just great stuff. Anyway, friends, there is so much to learn about this one, and I don't want to speculate too much. I want to learn more, so this is probably going to be a little bit longer of a Q&A because this is definitely one of my favorites. I have so many questions about it too. So, friends, with glee in my heart, I asked this entity for help in letting us know. And so, with a smile on my face and with all of you present, I put my hands together in a clasp of prayer and say, Q, can you help us? Greetings, bon capitains, and welcome to another installment of a Q&A. Friends, this is where, after having watched and reacted to an original series episode, I like to dig a little bit deeper and find what went on behind the scenes of the episode, because as we've said, the story behind the camera is usually just as entertaining as the one in front of the camera. But to keep myself from talking for 3 hours and wandering through the weeds, I've given myself 5 distinct categories on which to approach. The first, writer and director. Who were they? The second, guest stars. Did we have any? The third, of the core cast or the big 8, who was present? Number 4, and usually the spiciest of the categories, the production notes. And last but certainly not least, category 5, a memorable quote from the episode. Let's get started. Alrighty, for our first category, writer and director. Who were they? Well, our writer was none other than DC Fontana, and she hit it out of the park. Hands down, one of my favorite episodes for dialogue. This is what you get when the writer knows the characters and the actors portraying the characters. Like I said in the thoughts, I absolutely loved this DC Fontana script. And of course, when you have a tag team in an episode that comes off this well, you probably have a really good partner, and DC Fontana did in the director, none other than Star Trek veteran Joseph Pevney. Let's keep going. All right, friends, and now for our second category, guest stars. Who were they? Just editor's note here, friends. I felt at my lowest when I did not get Julie Newmar as Eliane. Catwoman, everybody. I was sitting there racking my brain. Catwoman from the Batman series with Adam West. Oh my God. I was sitting there thinking, monsters? Oh, it was just the worst. And when I started editing, it hit me. And I went, Catwoman. It was the worst. It was the worst one I've had yet, everybody. But anywho, Julie Newmar played Eliane, and she also played Catwoman in Batman. And our other was Michael Dante as Ma'ab. I thought that they both did a great job. And then Tej Andrews played our Klingon, Cross. So I thought that it was an excellent job by our guest stars all around, really doing a good job of talking about the culture that we were experiencing and really getting invested in it. I thought it was a great job all around, great guest stars. And Miss Newmar, I'm sorry. Let's move on. And now for category number 3, the core cast, or the Big 8, who was present. Now, our Big 8 is Kirk, Spock, McCoy, Sulu, Scotty, Uhura, and our new add-ons for season 2 are Chekhov and Nurse Chapel. Everybody appeared in this episode except for Christine. No Nurse Chapel in this one. Will we ever get a Big 8? We'll have to see. Let's move on. And now, friends, for our spiciest category, category 4, production notes. This is where we look behind the scenes and see what exactly went on behind the camera. Was there drama? Wasn't there drama? Let's find out. And now for our first production note, where were all of these exterior locations? Friends, none other than old reliable, the Vasquez Rocks Natural Area Park, where we filmed literally every exterior shot that we've had in this series, and it looks beautiful. Again, amazing job, Joseph Pevney, for being able to go out there and capture some of my favorite shots of the series. That shot of Spock and Kirk on the rocks, oh my God, I will never forget it. Amazing, amazing stuff. Let's move on. Now, for our second production note, the Capellan Warriors were given lifts in their shoes and obviously the high hats that they wore to make them appear as the 7-foot giants that McCoy told everybody about during the briefing. So everybody had an average height of around 7 feet, especially the principals that were kind of brought forward. They had a lot of big actors in there too. I'm looking at you, purple jumpsuit guy. That dude was huge. Let's move on. Now, I usually don't put these in here. I've stumbled across a lot of bloopers before, but what I wanted to say is definitely wanted to put this one in because apparently during the season 2 blooper reel, there was an awesome shot of Kirk, William Shatner, entering a tent too quickly, kind of catching himself and spinning sideways and surprising our Klingon, Mr. Andrews, and Mr. Andrews ran for his weapon screaming, "Oh shit!" I want to see that so bad. That is hilarious. But you know what? It's good to know that there was fun being had on this set because it speaks of a great episode all around. Let's move on. And for our next production note, this one's an interesting one. This is the first episode where Spock is knocked out in a fight. Now, we've had him knocked out before, but that was Mirror Spock in Mirror Mirror. This is the first time that our Prime Spock gets knocked out. It's interesting. It's interesting. You know, it's all in the protection of Eliane, but goodness gracious, I absolutely loved everything about this. And the fact that Spock went down in this one, I don't know if that makes it better or worse for me. I think it makes it better just because the stakes were that high. This was a great episode, everybody. I'm not sure where it ranks in the great pantheon of the, I didn't even look it up because I always kind of ruin that for myself if I look up the TV Guide 30th anniversary. I only just take the blurbs that I find about where it ranked. I don't want to look at the whole list because I think it might poison the well for me for a couple of these. But at the end of all of this, I'm definitely going to find out where this one ranks. It's probably not anybody's favorite, but it might be one of mine. So anywho, let's move on. And now last but certainly not least from our production notes, this is the first episode where all 7 classic crew members, Kirk, Spock, McCoy, Scotty, Uhura, Sulu, and Chekhov, appear in the same scene, in the same episode, and it's the best. Although sometimes Sulu can't be seen in the full shot, you can see his arm sticking out. And also just as an additional kind of production note, this is the first time we actually see that scope rise up, or they use the scope that Sulu uses to kind of use as a scanner for his for his helm operations. Really, really cool stuff. Really, really interesting add-ons. You know, just, boy, they were trying, friends. They were doing everything they could to make this show stick. And by God, they might not have convinced the execs in the short term, but in the long term, I think they nailed it. Let's move on. And now, last but certainly not least, the memorable quote from this episode. Here's the one I picked, friends. Between Kirk, Spock, and McCoy, Spock says, "The child's name is Leonard James Akar," to which McCoy says, "Has kind of a ring to it, don't you think, James?" To which Kirk says, "Yes, I think it's a name destined to go down in galactic history, Leonard. What do you think, Spock?" To which Spock says, "I think you're both going to be insufferably pleased with yourselves for at least a month, sir." Thus ends another installment of Q&A. Until we meet again, behave.